Welcome back, everybody, to the EGFC for our last game of the night and the last game of the regular season. We have the University of Hawaii versus Ryder, and honestly, who else could it be to round out our late night extravaganza?
It's gonna be a nice and breeze easy one. Though, Keel, I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. What stakes are we looking at here?
Now, Hawaii is qualified for the playoffs, but it's kind of like a iffy qualification. They're at 10, and remember, it's top 13 that get in. Now, looking at the standings, I don't know if anyone getting upset could knock them out, but you don't want to take any chances. You never know what is going to happen on all the other games until you see yourself in the bracket. You don't know you're in the playoffs unless you're, DePaul. But, so we're going to see if Hawaii can shore up their chances of being seeded well in the playoffs. Meanwhile, Ryder, they're not in. They could not make it in, unfortunately. They had a nice performance in the MAC, but they were kind of shut down by Quinnipiac, if I'm remembering correctly. And so their season, this is going to be their last game. So they are going to make it count with 920 coming in on the Rob against Pyro's Duck Hunt.
Definitely going to be a fun one to have. Maybe a little bit chill, but that's just how you want to see it. We return also for Pyro's once amazing Duck Hunt performance. Always going to be a show, but going up against this Rob, 920. It's looking pretty good.
Ooh. I saw quite a bit reflecting in there as they went for the side B, but it wasn't enough. The confirms right there. Knock him up, not once, but twice, into the down air. Beautiful stuff from Pyro.
They are moving around. Pyro's keeping that distance while throwing up that can, or the beans as I like to call them, is going to be hit, knocked off, but there is going to be no 2-frame point possible there. As Pyro still basically is looking for those engagements, and yet 920 is very calm when they engage.
Trying to maintain composure during this ledge trapping. Tries to read a jump, but Pyro's not going to give that to them. Not in this time zone. Up till up air, not going to come out either. At the moment, Pyro avoiding death. Just getting increasingly difficult as 920 is getting closer to finding this confirm. And yet, pushing for this down air is not going to come out. Backer doesn't land either. Then instead, it's Pyro going for their own shenanigans. Play pitching down air. We've seen that twice so far, but they set up the can at ledge, and then I think they extended the hitbox with that can to ensure they got the 2-frame.
I mean, no matter what, that was an absolutely impressive showing that the replays are gonna help us see. Now, well, this is getting close to a 3 stock scenario. 920 is not having the room to, well, get in. We see the moment that they hold their shield and they drop it, they just get hit. As much as they're taking their time and trying to watch, it seems Pyro's the one who's going to take their own stock. Well, almost, that is.
Just about. As now, ooh, calling out the no jump option. You just try and sit there in Rob's line of sight, you know you're going to get lasered. As now, 86% on 920, well within Duck Hunt's many, many confirms. And even though Rob can blow up your stocks in a moment's notice, let's see 920 get that setup that they need yet. As that can, drifting down, forcing them to hug the ledge. They can't quite get off.
As Rob is getting back on, but it's not by the skin of their teeth. Well, more than anything it is. We do see, unfortunately, that's not going to be reflecting for too long, and well, I think the smile on Duck Hunt says it best with how they're going to be feeling.
Yeah, that was just clean from Pyro from top to bottom. I really need to see what happened at the end here, though, because somehow Pyro ended up on the other side. Okay, so play pigeon was reflected. They parried. Oh, and then they rolled over there. Okay. So they reflect all of that, but then they set off the can. It doesn't matter that it's theirs. The can damages the owner, too. Huh. Neat.
Yeah, I agree. Neat's the best way to put it out, but I gotta say, Pyro always manages to impress me every time. Oh, that slid. That was curved.
Yeah, 920 tried their best to DIN in tech, but they were just at the perfect spacing where that would not have hit. Could we see that one again? Like, was the can being there even a factor? I mean, yeah, the additional hit lag did extend the hitbox just enough to make sure that that spike connected no matter what. Oh my gosh. What? Dang. Either a 2-frame or they tried to like up air through the stage, maybe, and the hitbox hadn't come out yet. That's what I would assume.
I mean, either way, Pyro, that's a statement to make. If even the producer can't figure it out, that's how you know Pyro has just ascended.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't mind you going to that wolf at all. Saying, okay, I need a more clear-cut reflector. A multi-hit reflector, I'm not looking to deal with that at all. But this fastball is just going to make it even easier for Pyro to get all these confirms. You go from one easy-to-combo character to another, but Wolf has been known to trap Duck Hunt at ledge at times. I've seen that in a couple past matchups, but look at that! Clay Pigeon, F smash. If you're a big body, they go for the down air. If you're a fast faller, they go for the F smash. What doesn't Pyro have a confirm for?
Well, I really can't even, like, say a joke or anything. I feel that would even just, you know, be a flat-out lie. So as we see 920 hoping to just move in, gets hit into the cannon, now launched in. My poor soul, just absolutely being pummeled when they get back onto the stage, though they finally have some room to figure out where they want to go. It's in front of the cannon. I don't know how great of a setup you really want to be on that, because Pyro is just not walking towards you. And 920, every time you want to walk towards, it seems like there's 600 different things jumping at your face.
Ken gets reversed right there. Into that forward air. At the moment, Pyro steadily chunking up the percent on 920. And propelled all the way over towards them. Now, normally that laser is such a good tool against zoners because it's transcendent. However, because all of these have a hitbox, the laser is actually colliding with the can instead of going all the way into Pyro.
My goodness, it's almost like a beautiful counter. If only the beauty was seen by all, because it seems that Alejandro, not the name, that's just what I call him, is going to be able to take that kill. However, 920 going to be able to clean that up pretty clean. However, it's still not looking too great. Pyro very much looking to get them closer to that can.
And these clay pigeons, every time I see them connect, I'm terrified. But that time, 920 with a wherewithal to air dodge in through that, getting a nice wave land back towards center stage. But they're not there for long, as you can see. They can't get off the ledge. Finally, a grab, a normal ledge trapping option. At least it's something you're familiar with.
Do you see? Look at that. Maybe looking for the grab. Oh, no, that charge was easily rolled out. Pyro's going to get grabbed. Holding it, looking for, not going to, but Pyro just walks back in, throws him out. Luckily, though, that can is going to be thrown far to the side, and that was a beautiful deflect. However, you weren't ready for the can once more.
Every time you manage to close the distance, it doesn't even matter. 920 forced too low by the side of the gunman, and that is going to be Pyro with their typical dominant display to open up. Rider versus University of Hawaii.
Oh, just always feel not different nonetheless, but I feel Pyro gets a little bit more creative each time we see them. Especially not only with the can, but with the frisbee.
Yeah, I mean, just every single time. Every single time University of Hawaii comes to the bat, they always hit a little bit harder. But Ryder's no slouch either. Gonna be coming in with loose grip next. And loose grip I did get to see over at the Mac. And what a show they did put on. Now, I've seen them on so many different characters, user. They got the Snake, they got the King K. Rool, they got the DK, they got the Little Mac. I have no idea what they're going to be running. I have no idea. It's the last match, and they're already disqualified, so I wouldn't be shocked to see something like a Little Mac. But overall, all of their characters have been looking pretty clean. They're one of the more consistent members of Ryder, having a positive win record, which is, again, as much as you can ask for anyone.
I agree, you make a good point, and as much as I would like to see kind of here and there, I'm still terrified to even say, like, oh, you know, the Little Mac, that could work. I feel they're going to be running out on something completely random. Maybe an Olimar is going to be our try for today. Maybe we're going to be looking at a Yoshi. You never know when it comes down to this player, but I will say, the monkey sounds nice. The monkey definitely sounds nice to me at least.
Against Darth Wampa, I'm not sure you want to be running that DK. The fact that Darth Wampa is coming out, University of Hawaii, they have said it time and time again in the interview. They know they play better from a lead. They know that they love to just send in some of their heavy hitters right off the bat and get a nice sizable, it doesn't need to be, you know, we saw a 15-point lead after game 2 earlier. It doesn't need to be that, but at least get like 10 points on the board and make them uncomfortable in game 3. Make it so they can't even take a lead in game 3 with a perfect game. That's what you want to be seeing. And that's what Darth Wampa does. Darth Wampa, Mr. Consistent. Every single time we see them on the link, they've gotten some very impressive wins in the past, and I'm curious to see what else they got up their sleeve going into this.
Well, I'm definitely interested as well, but I don't know how much they really want to show out. It's still going to be a night full of matches, and with this only going on to the second one, maybe they want to hide a little bit more underneath. But that's all hypotheticals and ideals that we most likely will be able to see when it comes into this match. They are going over to PS2, so at least we'll be looking at something pretty even. Nothing like, I think, too out of the ordinary where we could say, oh, I'm lucky because that stage, this happened. So I'm expecting an even outcome.
Yeah, I agree with you right there. I'm happy to see that they're all taking this very seriously. Everything's going pretty much fully standard. This is as much as I could ask for from these competitors fighting it out through the final game of the EGFC. I casted the first, and I'll cast the last. And I'm very excited to see it. Darth Wampa. Oof. I mean, going back all the way to the beginning of the season, Darth Wampa had been getting wins on players like Katsuji, who we saw previously put on a dominant 8-stock performance. Like, they're getting wins on them. And that was back when Darth Wampa was probably one of the strongest members of University of Hawaii. Now University of Hawaii has a full starting roster, a full 5, all of Darth Wampa caliber players. It's not that Darth Wampa has gotten worse, it's just that everyone else has caught up. And everyone else is just as consistent as the Link player from Hawaii.
You're not wrong. Definitely would feel that Darth Wampa is always going to be one of my favorite players when it comes down to that character. But it seems like it's going to be the Puff out for tonight.
Go!
Now, honestly, I love to see it. I love to see it from Moose Grip. Pandering to me. No, I love Jigglypuff. But in general, this is not the first time we have seen someone use Jigglypuff as a counter pick to University of Hawaii, because I won't lie, there is substantial delay that the players deal with when playing with a Hawaiian team, and people have picked up Jigglypuff because of the buffered ease of a lot of Jigglypuff's combos. Like, you can do Jigglypuff combos with your eyes closed, without much practice. That's not to say there isn't skill inherent in the character, but a lot of the bread and butters are very bufferable.
I mean, Hungrybox still posts his videos when it comes down to the Jigglypuff, so I think that's more than a saying that it's still taking a lot of challenge to pull off correctly, as Darth is going to take that stock, already set up for the bomb, but then get hit. It's what is the Puff really looking out for as a character who's very floatable, and if their shield gets broken, it's not going to look good. How do you take out a character who has every option to your range?
Well, you want to avoid doing that, first of all. But I don't mind them going for those heavy options, especially when you're a stock down. that's your playstyle, then go right on ahead. Now, if you're playing optimal Jigglypuff, what you want to be going for is Nair into grab, into forward throw, into edge guard. The forward throw buff to Jigglypuff is crucial, but the main thing you've got to watch out for, characters with disjointed kill moves, like that forward air, are so detrimental to Jigglypuff. People can call out their jumps with such ferocity, terrifying to anyone.
Do you see it?
Oh, that might just be death. Link with one of the most... It's up there as one of the strongest forward smashes in the entire game when you charge it all the way up. So Loose Grip gonna be obliterated by missing that rest.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. As somebody who goes up against a friend who just like religiously plays the Puff, I think rest is a very good ability, but you have to be extremely cautious. I think especially with players at this level, they're not necessarily used to getting hit with the rest, but they are definitely cautious about any opportunity that it may happen. They're aware of the smallest detail at times, and that's what's scary. Especially Darth, I think you just don't even want to try it. Like, oh, that may have been a misclick.
Yeah, I mean, it might have just... Yeah, like, you're just assuming a roll. Again, going for rest reads on reaction. Oh, yeah, the dash forward crouch. I can totally see... Or, that was just jump squat, but I can totally see how you would have thought that was a roll. And they saw that and they're like, okay, trigger pulled. Mine. But either way, that read not going in their favor. Darth Wampa extending the lead of University of Hawaii for the time being. Looking to maybe clean up a little bit. Honestly, I don't mind them going for... Okay.
We live in a society.
2, 1,
so
go!
this is going to be Loose Grip. Loose Grip on the Robin against Darth Wampa's Ganondorf. As the double back air right off the bat, they know their stuff. This Ganondorf is not without practice, but air dodging in. Do they have any resources? Okay, the up B is going to get them back to stage.
But I'm not gonna lie, Ganondorf is an interesting pick. I'm not too used to seeing it, but a lot of players have just shined on it. However, I feel that, you know, the Robin's gonna have an easier chance looking for this, getting off their opponent to the side. It's gonna be harder for them to get back on, but seems 920 is not gonna be able to get that guard out. Unfortunately, we see that side B. Cleanly lands, get hit by the arc fire. You have to be very careful against this Ganondorf. Is it any move at this point could just kill?
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone thinks their pocket Ganondorf is nasty, but if I believe anyone, it's Darth Wampa. I was about to say that. Hey, it could still be nasty. It could still be nasty. And it really has been. However, it's just been beaten out by a lot of the zoning tools. Ganondorf against a projectile is never a fun time. Honestly, I would not hate... We saw someone earlier just walking forward and shielding every single projectile that was thrown out. I would not hate to see that if the shield pressure by Robin's projectile wasn't so powerful.
Definitely an interesting game to play, as... I mean, Darth is looking to do as kind of what you theorize of just like staying onto the side, looking to get that 2 frame, but unfortunately isn't really getting anything big out of it. Just barely getting back onto the stage and eventually, ooh, that lands, but that's not very commonplace. That was almost rare, at least of what we're seeing. I kind of want Darth to be a little more consistent. Get these confirms. You need to show that you're good against the Robin.
That no-nonsense forward smash right there, but now you've got them off stage. One wrong move at the ledge and you're dead. That is the power of playing the King of Evil himself. Now the down smash trying to read a roll does not connect. And we've got to deal with a Robin back on stage. A Robin layering that stage with projectile after projectile. The book's awfully sparse, but not before Loose Grip is able to get off this stage.
Oh! To explain what that was, to me that was just a normal kick, you know, as somebody who's not a Ganondorf watcher.
That forward tilt, it's brutal. It is brutal indeed. As Darth Wampa is like, wait, I have the lead. You have to approach me. trying to maybe get an up B out of shield, some sort of opener. Ganondorf just does not have the speed to approach a lot of the time. As with Max Rage right here, well, and no Levin Sword, it's going to be so tough to confirm these kills. Just using the Wizard's Foot to go right on through that projectile, but now the Levin Sword back online. You don't even need it for the back throw, though.
Now no longer in that lead, but, well, they still need to do damage. Unfortunately, though, this is by far the best thing Darth could want. Is he going to be able to make it back? The resources are... Oh... Oh.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But Darth Wampa holding the lead right there, had a mental advantage, and either way, I'm glad to see the players, even if they're having fun with the character picks, still taking this very seriously. It's not like we see Loose Script just like sandbagging completely. No, just got pineappled a little bit. Maybe trying to hold down or something to avoid getting hit by the spike. I don't know. Either way, that'll be Darth Wampa as expected, as seeded. Winning out over Loose Script there, and extending University of Hawaii's lead far, far beyond what, honestly, even I expected to open this up.
Ryder may just be looking to just have fun, honestly. They don't... it's not that they don't look as good as they normally do, but I think at least coming out of the mentals and just how they're doing this, it's not as ferocious as we're often seeing of Ryder University. I think in the end, they're just kind of warming themselves up for the next season by just giving themselves a bit more positive mental.
As we're going to be seeing Majestic coming in after that. Overall, we didn't get to pay much mind to it. We were too busy amazed that it was even happening. I didn't want to give credit to Darth Wampa's Ganon. They knew all the sauce. They knew all the sauce. They knew all the optimal follow-ups, and they didn't have, you know, the practiced, the up smash slide off. They didn't have everything. But they had all the fundamentals you needed to make the Ganondorf a truly formidable threat. And, you know, round of applause to Darth Wampa. But moving on from that, we're going to be seeing Thermalax. Who's Thermalax? Hold on. Let me dive into the archives right here to see if I have any idea who Thermalax is. I don't believe I have ever seen them. I feel like University of Hawaii's roster grows every single time they come onto the stage.
I'd like to personally believe that Hawaii just has, like, the same player, but they keep changing their name because they don't want to stick with the same thing. You know, some players have very identity crisis type.
Nah, this is definitely a new player. I know University of Hawaii, they're investing in the future. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. They're trying their best to make sure that the freshmen coming up, all the new players coming up, not only do they look good, but they are getting match experience, valuable match experience. I'm excited to see that coming out here. Yeah, they're going to be subbing in for NNS, who, if you don't remember, is a very formidable Sheik player, but the Sheik online can get a little dicey at times. Now, we're going to be seeing who is coming in. It's going to be Majestic on the Mega Man. And it is actually, we're getting confirmation that it's Thermalax's first match ever.
Whoa! That's definitely going to be fun to see, a player getting not only their first chance in the spotlight, but definitely a moment just to kind of show off their talent, whether not for the playoffs, but for next season. Either way, that's so vital in a player's growth.
Yeah, getting this in-match experience is so important in my mind. Like, again, since we have time, I harken back to, like, you think you're fine, you think you're good, and you hit some nice combos. You can do well in friendlies, but then you hit your first tournament match, and maybe you breeze through the early rounds if you're good, but the second you meet someone who's equal skill in tournament, it can hit you for the first time that you are playing in an actual competition. So you need to get over those nerves. You've got to understand what it's like to actually be in a competitive environment. So I'm so happy to see University of Hawaii giving these players this opportunity.
gonna be something very nice. And ooh, I wonder how this can turn out. This could either be something very big or just kind of that warm-up phase. Though we're going on to PS2 most likely, so at least it's just gonna be ordinary. You know, nothing too out of I forget what the map's name called, but out of the ordinary, or something that most people dislike.
Well, actually, this is that's not them going PS2. They're actually striking. So PS2 struck right off the bat. Now they're like, no PS2 for me. I don't want any of that. Because again, it is going to be Majestic coming in on the Mega Man, and we've seen some pretty good Mega Man play thus far. We saw a Mega Man try and clutch out a couple of games ago. Who was that? I don't even remember. I think it was T-Nulls? No, T-Nulls was on that Diddy. Either way, though. Either way. The Mega Man? The thing I'm looking for there is, honestly, consistency at the ledge. You can have a good combo game. You can convert the Saw Blade into nice extensions off the top any day of the week. But you've got to be aware anytime you go off the ledge, because Mega Man can ledge trap you from safe and sound underneath whatever platform happens to be right above head. Mega Man, if you don't know, has amazing multi-hits. They can use the Saw Blade as a lingering multi-hit projectile. They can charge their forward smash longer than anyone else. So many mix-ups at the ledge from pretty far away, and those mix-ups, especially that forward smash, can straight up kill you.
I'm trying to think. What is the most randomest way that character could kill? Actually, because they have so many options. Yeah, because they have so many options and versatility that. What would you say is like a way that's like unexpected? You know, like why did we see that?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's unexpected, but the thing I always love to see is the Z-drop Saw Blade shenanigans. Like, full disclosure, was not a Smash 4 person, but my friend who has been educating me on Smash 4 history, and Saw Blade in hand is such an infamous term, because everyone got really, really good at, everyone got really good at getting Z-drop Saw Blade confirms after one Mega Man got very, very good, started getting some very good results. I want to say Kame? Just checking in who that Japanese Mega Man was. Oh, Kameme. That's who I'm thinking of. Got some amazing results, and everyone just started getting really good at comboing off of Saw Blade, because you had to know how to use your opponent's projectile. It's like how everyone labs what to do with gyro combos because of how meta relevant Rob is. So yeah, getting Z-drop confirms off of those Saw Blades, because that Saw Blade, it's a multi-hit that sends you up at a diagonal angle, which, as you can probably tell, is very good for comboing off of.
Then honestly, that's what I'm going to be looking out for. If those players can land it out, I'll pay for 5 guys for something. I don't know. That's just a little bit of a flavoring reward if you're able to get something pretty cleanly out. But I definitely gotta say, I like that Mega Man. We are just waiting to see what map we're going to be working out off, and then to get the button check. So it is taking a second. Thank you for just, you know, waiting around, dealing with us, feeling whatever goes inside of our brain. Especially this banging music.
Oh yeah, this is some Jet Set Radio jams. Yeah, I'm vibing to it. I just beat Jet Set Radio. I'm pretty excited about it. Pretty stoked. I want to thank everyone for their patience. Like we said earlier, this is one of their first. Actually, this is their first on-stream game, and even though everyone knows how to strike stages, it can be a little iffy when you're trying to do it for the first time on a stream in front of the other team. You're like, there can always be miscommunications. So again, everyone in the audience who's sticking with us through our last game of the EGFC, I thank you for your patience, as we should be getting into this soon enough. Now,
your bets, ladies and
striking
gentlemen.
town, they're striking Smashville. And yeah, we ended up on PS2 anyway, but again, this is their first time. They want the practice striking, so the next time when we see them coming in the next season, they're going to be so much more practice with these stage striking. This is why we do it. So we don't get a whole generation only knowing how to gentleman the PS2.
I still think it's funny to say the gentleman to PS2 other than that, but look at that, folks. We're going to be going right in. Sora versus the King DDD. Not much of what we got to talk about, but still, though, I like King DDD. You know, my name is Gordo. He has an item called Gordo. It's just always going to be funny to me.
Yeah, as you can see immediately going for that ledge trapping right there. Thermalax knows what they're going for. Majestic on the Sora for the time being. Like I said, most people just go on whoever their comfort characters are for tonight. I feel like the Sora, well, about as comfortable as you can be. Chasing Thermalax all the way into the air with that Sonic Blade. Now, they're not letting them get away at all.
Just being launched around. You know, thankfully that Sora has a really good chance of always getting back, but going up against a character like the DD, look at that, the fire got traded out, and then you get hit by Gordo. That's not going to be the brightest of your day, but you are able to shield against the hammer before it able to land. Oh, that was just a no-you type moment.
Yeah, at this point, ooh, and smacked around a tiny bit, but how did they get through that thunder? Ooh, knows about the up air from the ledge. Thermalax is able to use that as a sort of get-off-me tool, pressuring the shield as well with these multi-hits. Again, good awareness from Majestic to not drop shield with all of these different multi-hits.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, it does seem they are going to fall incredibly early. We are going to be seeing as Majestic is at high percentage. Oh, that thunder was way too close. Not going to land, and well, you're going to get punished because of it.
And that down throw up air, beautiful confirm right there. It's a very, very thin percent window, but Thermalax was well aware of when you could get that. And even if it wasn't completely true, it was still a nice mix-up right there, catching that no jump as you're even stocks. Thermalax fishing for whatever they can find. Ooh.
And they are doing
comes out.
Yeah, that counter used so high is not really going to be able to land, especially with the fire. They're being incredibly careful, though. Unfortunately, what's that called? The pineapple? I think we need a new phrase for that. It's just getting worse and worse.
Yeah, it happens occasionally on the PS2. As now, I like that option coverage. Thermalax ready if the Gordo is reflected, but even if it isn't, you still have a low enough end lag on that inhale that it doesn't even matter.
Now look at that. Throwing up. Oh, a beautiful hit into the Gordo as it just gets sent once more. The grab now launching up. Woo! Taking you out. Impressive showcasing for the first. As for why, they'll continue to look good.
Yeah, down throw up air again. It is more of a recent thing that people have been labbing, but that looks true. Like, that looks pretty true. Maybe you could air dodge, like, if you buffer it, but then you just wait for the air dodge. And that's a 50-50, baby. In general, okay. Let me think. Like, I really do think a lot of confirms can actually work at really early percents against floaty characters, and Sora, as you can tell, floaty old lad.
Now we're going to be able to see what type, you know, at least for me, I'm not too used to King DDD. I always like King DDD because it feels like a heavier version of Kirby, and I don't know how literal that can be taken in, but I think it's just on the idea of the recovery, the option to get back on the stage or stop your opponent from being able to edge guard you by, you know, with the down B. At least for me, those always just felt very similar in that idea.
Yeah, I mean, they're from the same series, so it stands to reason that they have many of the same mechanics. But I feel like the thing... Okay, I honestly think that one of the hardest things about fighting DDD in tournament is catching their landings, and that's a hot take. But the fact that DDD has, what, the second fastest falling speed in the game and multiple jumps means that their one mix-up is the fact that you have no idea when they land. No idea whatsoever. And with the additional fact that they can land either with a disjoint or with that neutral air, which is a big old lingering hitbox, DDD has more options than most in getting out of disadvantage by stalling in the air with the double jumps and landing with their fast fall.
It does look like we are going to be going over to Smashville as today's choice. You know, I think that's... No, it's not the first one we're going to be seeing up tonight. I'm just slowly losing my mind because the King DDD managed to, you know, lose it out. Managed to smack it right out with the hammer, and I love the hammer, absolutely. So, really, what are you supposed to do against the King DDD, especially with that Gordo? Isn't it just, like, fully just hit it back every time?
Yeah, that can be the counterplay. However, you saw, there we go. You could also just combo them, but with the Gordo, what you want to be doing is hitting it back occasionally, but you don't want to always do it, because Thermalex can just buffer a inhale right off the bat and completely stuff you out. As Thermalex is, ooh, they're stepping on the gas right away. Majestic has not been allowed to push a button.
Yeah, look at that. Beautiful early lead. Majestic, I understand the monkey, but you're going up against one big penguin, and oh, that does not feel good.
Not good at all. Dash check opens you up at low percent, and oh, dipping too low right there. Yeah, Majestic's just out of there. When you're getting 2-stock that fast, sometimes when you know it's hopeless, you're just going for the 3-stock. And with that win, I think that's University of Hawaii take outright at this point in the series. They came in swinging. They came in taking this very seriously.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think it's a little too late right now to see how we're going to be kind of bringing in that comeback. I think even if you were to get, you know, if you were to get 3 stocks simultaneously back to back, does that count as like a? Is that like a small chance, or is it like in the realm of impossibility?
Nope. When they get that, even if they got 2 double 3 stocks, that would be 16 stocks. They are well above 16 at this point in the series. Nah, University of Hawaii has won this handedly, and I think they're looking to do that even more handedly as we're getting into the latter half.
Oh, that's definitely a fair estimate, and exactly. So we're going to be interesting to see what ideas start to brew, as we are going to be seeing Yoshi Man actually just walk out. So, well, I don't know, what are your feelings? My brain at least can't rack to remember if Yoshi Man actually runs the Yoshi.
Well, let me check the handy dandy archives. Honestly, we've seen Yoshi Man on a lot. In general, I knew them best as a Bowser Jr. player. However, their Yoshi is clean. Their Yoshi is very clean. They were the best last season among the roster, and even with their new pickups kind of picking up the slack, Yoshi Man has come into their own a lot of the time. They were very clutch at the MAC when I saw them. If I'm remembering correctly, I think I am. You gotta watch out for the Yoshi. We've seen some very good Yoshis thus far in the night. Yoshi Man is up there with the best of them. They really are. I mean, there is a certain fluidity that comes with maining a character for a really long time. It's just it's the flowchart. It's what we're bringing it up with Septilence way back in the beginning of the night, and if you've been here since the beginning, I applaud you all. But yeah, it is like I said, it is a fluidity. You cycle through different states of gameplay so much easier when you've made a character for a long time. It's natural. You don't have to think about it. Your fingers are moving to do the inputs before you even register that that's what you're doing. And sometimes that can get a little dangerous, but if you've got a good autopilot, then you can do well in pretty much any tournament.
Does seem like we are going to be getting, once again, the tuxedos, the fine wine. We're having a gentle Manning PS2, or just a gentle PS2, as I'll go for that. So, I guess for the rest of the night, we won't have to worry about map pick.
Well. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like University of Hawaii, they're using this very seriously. Like, even if they've already won, they're not going to mess around. This is a scrimmage. They're going into playoffs. They want to be completely in tournament shape, so I applaud Hawaii for taking this completely seriously, and Ryder for continuing to put up a fight. As now we're just hopefully getting this button check underway and getting into the match soon enough. It's going to be Not Christian coming in, who I believe is going to be rocking the Game & Watch, against Yoshiman's Bowser.
2, 1, go!
Look at this. My Christian walking out on the Game & Watch. Always like to see the Bowser. We got to see some nice Bowser play. So, you know, it gives us a moment to kind of even see the difference when it comes to player styles. Though it looks like Not Christian is already looking to keep up this pace. Yoshiman is having to play very carefully, but look at that. Able to find them out.
Yeah, the up ES shield. The most consistent option available to you. You can see Yoshiman playing a very grounded style right now. A lot of Bowsers utilize the short hops a lot to mix up their movement. The frame 3 jump squat does wonders for the King Koopa himself. However, when you jump too light, it can get red. But these grounded options, they're being stuffed out by Not Christian time and time again. Using that up B to cover the platform as well. Great stuff overall by Not Christian.
With that, they are going to continue to go further. And even though that's at a very high percentage, I mean, this is Bowser we're talking about, so this might as well be back inside the orange. Well, Not Christian is the one who really needs to look to kind of finish this out very quickly. The longer this Bowser lives, the more dangerous this will only become. As we already see them launching themselves, throwing the bomb. I think that space going to be able to launch your opponent into the air. But it is really hard to knock this Bowser out for good, it seems.
Yeah, Not Christian not overcommitting with anything, and they haven't really gotten the chance to get a hard punish on anything yet. A forward tilt right now, a down tilt would finish them off with max rage. Oh my gosh, that almost killed. Yeah, Not Christian needs to be fishing for, that key, that'll finally do it. Taking that stock, Not Christian sticking to their gameplay almost hurt them right there, but now they hold the leads solid.
Look at that, launched. It's an even trade as, well, very quickly they're both going to be sent so far out of the sky. Now we're going to be looking to see what is their next game plan, what's the kind of answer that you're going out for as they get hit. We see the key go down, going to be able to take that Bowser to the side, but spending a lot of time in the middle of the stage. Although I can respect it against a character who, well, maybe could take you out at around 20.
Yeah, they sure can. As, well, one fiery move is beaten out by another. Not Christian using that chef to pressure Yoshiman into the corner, where they now get the ledge trapping with the chef as well. It's a multi-purpose frying pan right there. All purpose, all stick.
Is continuing the fight. We see that slam going down as Yoshiman at a very high percentage is starting to kind of slow down when it comes to at least taking out Not Christian. Though managing to get that parry and walking away, they aren't going to get hit with that bomb. And well, though they freely get on, it's not going to be for long as the chair manages to knock you out.
Now, down here, barely with him. As Not Christian gets the juggles going. These low percent combos, it's where Not Christian shines. A lot of this damage. And, well, I've seen them get some shockingly early kills as well. Overall, Yoshiman has to be incredibly cautious. Nah. We can't be the kind of commentators that pop over every whiffed 9.
Yeah.
Can't let it happen. Don't let it be you.
Yeah, look at that. We are going to be seeing them once more being thrown up to the sky. Not Christian. Very much loving this aerial game. While Yoshi Man seems to, at least not being able to very much land what they want to. As we see the little dinner plates trying to land out, the chair not going to be able to take that lead. Well, kill as it's been hoping to. Once more, even though it's a ground game, Yoshi is, well, going to get that side being now. Still, unfortunately, not get the kill.
So close to landing on that platform, which probably would have killed. The next side beam definitely will. Uppy? Nah, that's not good. That's not good. But it does stack on even more damage. So the next clean hit you get, like, what? I have never seen that hitbox of up B.
Well, at least you got to see something a bit more familiar, though with one stock. It is going to be that victory that we've been longing for.
Yeah, as just clean, simple, catching the landing with a down smash. Both sides, doesn't matter which way you air dodge. Not Christian just needs to be in the general vicinity, and you are gone, my friend.
Now, though, I gotta say this was an interesting matchup. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Game & Watch doesn't really have a lot of confirms, right?
No, he definitely does. I mean, between down smash, bury, nairs leading into 60+%, and obviously getting up Bs into nairs, into up airs, you can get a lot of damage. Now, when it comes to kills, sure, they may not have stuff like the infamous jab back air, or... But, the fact that Game & Watch has so many versatile confirms out of the chef, out of the down smash into forward smash, which will kill Bowser at like 70% or so, and just tilts on tilts on tilts. Disjointed tilts at that. That forward tilt, ooh, that chair will get you.
Yeah, so... Well, I gotta say, just the... So, would you say that the Bowser really needs to kind of capitalize on just being so heavy, being able to live? I mean, at times, it was up to like 140% roughly.
Yeah, I feel like that was just a product of Not Christian giving a lot of respect to Yoshi Man's movement. I mean, Yoshi Man, again, one of the most consistent players on this roster, has been a threat since Season 2, and they're still looking like one. Even on this Bowser, even this late at night, even against Hawaii, they are still looking like such a powerful threat. Bringing Not Christian, who we have seen 3-stock in the past, to last hit, last stock.
Now it's going to be an opening as we see the Bowser Jr., the son, hoping to take up what the dad could not finish. Oh, he's going to love it. Oh, that was reflected. Well, it looks like you're going to be the one who has to react to how it goes. But I'm interested. How does the Bowser Jr., yes, very significantly different from the Bowser, but how does it change up this fight?
Well, a lot more in terms of burst options. The Clown Car gives you a really good, well, kind of unreactable option online. Not Christian has to throw out this shield preemptively most of the time, because you're not going to be able to throw it out every time you hear that car rev up.
Still looking to be careful, is able to find it with the side B, almost launching yourself a little bit too far off the stage, though. Luckily, with the jumps, you're going to be able to easily come back. It's Not Christian who's using the key just to make sure that they can capitalize in time, but catching yourself up. Not Christian is paying very close attention, it seems, to what Yoshi is looking to do, and, well, now it's starting to find ways to counteract it.
Yeah, they are. There's now the Clown Car pressure right there. Overall, this is looking like Not Christian returning to their game plan, and even though a lot of their preemptive aerials are being beaten out, you can see, okay, you were talking about Game & Watch's confirms. Not Christian is just looking for those strong, meaty hits right now, which is not a terrible way to play it.
Still, you're absolutely right, as we see the key go down. though Yoshi's able to get back on, it's going to be for a questionable amount of time as you get stuck in the hole, and well, you're launched right out of here.
That second firm I was talking about, that'll kill way earlier than the above 100% we saw right there. That's why we saw Not Christian fishing for that down smash so much. It has such low ending lag that you can throw it out willy-nilly and not get punished as much. But besides just that, it kills you so early. As these clown car shield pressure is actually starting to break through Not Christian.
Doing a lot of damage. Look at that. As we see, it's going to be basically an even game. The percentage aren't drastically too different, and well, Not Christian's having issues when it comes down to just very much reacting to what Yoshi's doing, but that hammer's going to land while in the air. Still having to take their time, not wanting to rush this. It does seem Yoshi really likes playing in the middle of that stage.
Did you see how methodical Not Christian took that stage positioning right there? I honestly really did like it. As there it is, the double up smash finally connects. I knew the invulnerability or the intangibility on that up smash hitbox would be good eventually, but finally it connects on Yoshiman. Now Yoshiman down to clean stock, and Not Christian going for their bread and butters. The juggle's coming out, able to land safely on the side platform, but at this point Yoshiman is starting to feel the pressure. The percentage racking up. Not a lot they can do.
And being launched to the side, we're going to be seeing Not Christian look to hand it out. And well, send Yoshi Man back to their father. May not be Mario, but still the plumber to finish out this game. We're going to be moving over to the last round, but that was a definite victory for Hawaii.
Yep. Again, Ryder completely out of this, and Ryder has had an admirable season. Even though they got knocked out really early on in the MAC, they still went out in pretty styling fashion. Especially on LAN. I'm glad they had got to get that chance to be in person at that event, taking part in midnight tournaments, in crew battles, so many little things. They had a good showing throughout EGF Season 3, and I can't wait to see where they go in the 4th season, but we do have one last match coming out here. It's going to be Gray. We're just going to get one last little button check underway. Oh my gosh. Here's our, Devin, too. This is our last button check of the season. Oh, wait, no, we still have playoffs. Never mind. But of the regular season, the last button check. I'm excited.
Yep.
I hope it just goes a little longer than 30 seconds. Down in my heart.
Down in your heart, you know? Sometimes the heart wants what the heart wants. That's something my mom once told me when I was young.
I'm just choking up a little bit, man.
It's...
Hawaii was the one who introduced me to online button checks. We've come so far.
Oh, wait, you're right.
Yeah, it is going to be Gray coming in. And, okay, so I'm actually not clowning at all on the button checks. Hawaii is so smart to have introduced this to the EGF culture, because the connection can be different between every single player. And even if you check the input delay right away, the players don't have time to get used to it. So you want to make sure you're playing at your best for every match, no matter what match it is. No matter if you've won a match, you don't get out of that habit. You form strong habits, and they carry you through the good and the bad. It's like manners. It's like good manners. You say please and thank you, not because it's, you know, a conscious decision every time, but so you get in the habit of respecting people. You get in the habit of respecting the online delay right here as we go in this button check.
And, you know, honestly, just, you know, it's going to be something that maybe not every person is going to be fully used to being with. So it's just always going to be funny. Definitely introduced me to it as well. But man, reaching so close to the end, I almost don't want it to go. Because playoffs, well, they're going to be absolutely terrifying to watch.
Yeah, they certainly are, and I cannot wait to get into it, as I think... Yeah, I think we're just wrapping this up as quickly as possible. It looks like they are actually fighting right here. Yep. This is going to be TLA. I think they're going full top deck. They're rolling the dice. Ryder's already out of this. They're over and done with. And they're just trying to see as much as they can. Or is it a button check?
I don't know.
We might just be trying to wrap this up as soon as possible. I do know it's late at Rider University, so no fault to them. But yeah, just going fully off of this top deck. And well, they actually did get the optimal options off of that top deck. Optimal RNG right here for TLA.
Hey, if there's anything that you can have at the last minute, I guess that's really got to be one of it, as Gray's very much playing cautiously. Still, though, going to be walking in. We're not seeing too much, as you play your game in the air, not getting a second to use your MP. It's not often that a hero is often put in that position.
Yeah, well, even with the unorthodox conditions, Gray still using their full game plan, as, yeah, TLA just going to be done here. Again... Ryder completely out of there.
Yeah, but and that was the game. Yeah, that was 100% the game, by the way.
Yeah. Either way. Even with those unfortunate circumstances, I have to applaud Gray for, no matter what, adapting through these conditions. Gray is one of the players I've had my eyes on. I mean, I maintain that we might just be done.
Oh.
But either way, I maintain that Pokemon Trainer is the collegiate character. Every college has a good Pokemon Trainer. Somewhere, even if they're not on the team, they're somewhere on their roster. As yeah, we're just getting in.
It's gonna be a very not hype-energized one, but I definitely agree. Gray has always been one. I think the more that I commentate with you and I get to look at how Gray plays, I've always been interested in Gray. Yeah, I think we're just going to be looking at some, you know, basically
it's just going to be a forfeit to end it all. I don't blame them. Ryder, again, it's very late at night for them. No JV3, no JV4. But yeah, we're just going to be wrapping that up as soon as we can. University of Hawaii, they knew they were going to the playoffs already, but now with this point differential, they have definitely 100% earned it. 32 points on the board off of Rider University. Rider, they're going to get some sleep, get ready for their final season, but University of Hawaii, they're going to get some sleep, and they are going to be working on their playoffs run, and I don't know if we're going to interview after that. We're going to see as soon as we can. So it's just going to be me and user intel trying to figure that out for the time being. So to wrap things up, let me just talk about where we're going for the playoffs. So, okay, I at the very least know who's guaranteed for the playoffs. Top 8 is not going to change. So let's run it down the list. Number 1, 14-1 in this game. It's going to be DePaul. It's DePaul. You knew DePaul was going to be in this playoff. The dominant player since Season 2. They have been so untouchable every single year. Not the reigning champs, though. Mississippi is actually ranked number 5 right now at 12-3. They've had a very impressive run, but they have had some uncharacteristic upsets. Meanwhile, we have actually the new up-and-comer UT Arlington actually made it into the playoffs. That
confirmed?
Confirmed. Now, they actually got, I'll be honest, Mississippi came prepared against UT Arlington and showed them what's what. Showed them that Mississippi is still in another tier. UT Arlington is actually ranked on top of them in terms of point differential. I'll go down. Number 1, DePaul. Number 2, Siena. Number 3, Quinnipiac. Number 4, UT Arlington. Number 5, Mississippi State. Number 6, St. John's. Number 7, William & Mary. And number 8, Marist College. Beyond that, it gets a little iffy on who is actually making it in. but those huge contenders are who is going to be in. And we did just get confirmation that we are going to be doing an interview. So we're going to go to a very brief break and get the last interview of the regular season in just a couple of minutes. So don't go anywhere. Help us finish off this season. Welcome back, everybody, to the final interview of the EGFC. We're here with Gray from the University of Hawaii, here to get a look in how they're going to be doing in this playoffs. How you doing, Gray?
I'm doing good. How are you guys? Must be tired.
Yeah, a little bit, but hey, you all kept us awake, and, well, I gotta say, I'm actually excited to see Hawaii. I mean, you all were looking pretty good. You just barely snuck into the playoffs last season, but now you definitely earned your spot in there. How's it feel to get that improvement?
It feels very nice because we also get to, like, play more. I think that's the most exciting part. We get to just play the game more.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I love that sentiment, and honestly, with you guys going into the playoffs, I'm very interested. A lot of teams have friends on other, places, maybe some friendly rivalries. Is there anybody you are particularly wanting to go up against?
Not in particular. It's kind of just we just have our goals, and the most the person I've communicated with most in this league is probably like Bobby Time, probably because it's like one PT to another kind of thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool to hear. And one thing I did want to, I was wondering about, because Hawaii's had a lot of high highs this season, but is there any particular highlight, any particular win or upset that you are particularly proud of from the regular season this year?
That's really hard because for me, it's kind of finish one match, then like start setting your sights on another. That's kind of what our coach has ingrained into us. It's like, okay, we did our job. All right, let's focus on what's ahead. So I'm proud of all our wins because definitely feels like for the most part we deserved all our wins. All the practice that our members have put in, all the the scouting our analysts have done. It really, we have to win to, like, you know, pay them back, right, for all their work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I just want to get a little bit of insight on that real quick. You've talked about your coaching a lot, your analysts. How big of a role do you think they all play? And like, this is your opportunity. Just gas them up as much as you want.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, for sure. You know, our coach, he's like the best guy. Our coach really like exploits our bad habits, and he's good at recognizing them quickly. It just blows us up for it, and sometimes it just feels like you're going down a deep dark hole, and then it's like, okay, you're doing well, and I'm like, I don't feel well. Huh? Oh yeah, Stark Musician. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
he will definitely see your love this stream. But and then our analysts too, they put in obviously I'm not going to share their notes or anything, but like their notes are like very well detailed, and they do offer for us to watch the VODs with them and stuff so that we can see any small details that they might not have seen. But our team members' jobs is to obviously like look at the notes, study them well, and yeah, just do the best we can to use those notes and keep it in like a general sense while in our match.
And you've definitely done that, and I can tell that very practice mentality is going to take you far in the playoffs, and I wish you best of luck there. But for now, congrats on the win, and once again, good luck in the playoffs, Gray.
Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to hearing your guys' commentary too.
Thank you very much. And with that, we are going to be wrapping up tonight for the very last time of the regular season. Thank you so much for watching Official EGF, produced by House of 3000. I have been Keela Miles at Keela Miles IRL. This has been User Intel at username_Intel. We hope you all have had a fantastic time, and you all have a very good night. Take it easy out there.